So today we are going to be celebrating the anniversary of the release of the Bitcoin white paper. It doesn't happen for a couple of days. It will be on Sunday. So the same day as Halloween. And this was the day that Satoshi Nakamoto first posted the Bitcoin white paper. Definitely a day we should all be celebrating and maybe dressing up as white papers. So it is the 13th anniversary. My goodness, time flies. A little bit of history around the release. So it was released on something called the Metzger mailing list. This was a cryptography mailing list. It was a spin-off of the original cypherpunk mailing list created by Perry Metzger as a way to make sure that there was more moderation in the group, because the cypherpunk mailing list kind of got a bit crazy. So he created the cryptography mailing list. And in the cryptography mailing list, there were ideas about digital money thrown around all the time. You had Wei Dai's, digital money was thrown around there too, which is B money. It's cited in the Bitcoin white paper. Lots of other iterations as well. But then when Bitcoin came along, it was posted in there. Satoshi says, on October 31st, 2008, I've been working on a new electronic cash system that's fully peer-to-peer with no trusted third party. A momentous occasion. From there was a lot of discussion about the Bitcoin white paper until eventually Perry shut down the conversation. It was like, guys, we got to move on. We can't just be talking about this all the time. But obviously from there, lots of people on the mailing list, which was filled with cypherpunks and brilliant coders and visionaries, started to work on this, and it started to gain momentum. And people started to realize that for the first time in history, we perhaps had solved the Byzantine generals problem. How do you get, information shared across a group of people without trusting individuals? And, blockchain technology was what enabled that. So pretty exciting day. If you guys aren't having a celebration on Sunday to celebrate the Bitcoin white paper, what are you even doing with your life? So get to that, celebrate this revolution in financial sovereignty. You guys, I hope that you are all celebrating. Jen, I'm going to throw it to you. You're having a party to celebrate the Bitcoin white paper day, right?
Yeah. I'll zoom you into that party, and we will.
Thank
you. We can.
Actually, I prefer the metaverse.
Yeah, let's get to the metaverse.
Oh, no.
So create your avatar, meet me in the metaverse. We'll celebrate. So I just have a question about your costume. Did you make that yourself?
I did. Yeah, I made it in 2014 when I was filming a music video, which was a cover of a Taylor Swift song, obviously, 2015, I think. And so I had my friend Josh dress up and wander around New York dressed as a white paper. And he did it because he is just wonderful and delightful and obliges me. So, this is a relic from the past, and it has all of the actual, you got diagrams directly from the paper there. So
I love it.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
I love it. I mean, so 13 years since the white paper was published. I mean, the white paper was really published after the financial crisis and offered all kinds of solutions to problems that were really real at the time and continue to be real. And so it's just exciting and awesome to see that 13 years later, Bitcoin has come to fruition and it has offered a solution for the people who need it the most. And governments and regulators are paying attention to it, and we are using it to transact. So it's just really exciting. It's funny you brought up the Byzantines general problem. I was thinking, man, we went in 13 years from solving the Byzantines general problem to dog meme coins, and I just love it. I just love what crypto has become.
Is what you're saying.
So cool. Yeah, just keep getting stronger. But David, I'll kick it off to you.
Next, the dog problem.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so wild because of where we find ourselves right now, and obviously things are cyclical. So who knows what it's going to look like 6 months from now? But we've definitely had a crazy run, and so it's very wild. I was talking about this with our editor Ben earlier, to see something like that, to have the thought that Naomi, you had well before I did, that this is going to be a big deal, and then actually have it become a big deal. Like, that's an experience that most people don't have in their lifetimes. And I feel privileged to be here, but it's also definitely a little weird. It's like I got incepted or something. I don't know how to describe it exactly, but it's always a strange thing to think about how fast this changed and how much the mission kind of seems like it's going to get fulfilled. So it's a interesting day. exciting day, mostly positive day for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if, Bitcoin can retain its intellectual heft, right? If you look at a Bitcoin white paper, there's just really interesting and heady ideas in there. And I think we're sort of in this mainstream moment, like sort of at risk of maybe losing some of that. So I think it's going to be interesting to see if like Bitcoin can get through this mainstream moment in a way that is true to its sort of like founding document. And I think that some people are starting to ask that question, right? I mean, I think Jen, you're right to allude to SHIB mania, right? Like at a time when sort of that, that lottery impulse around some of these crypto assets is raging full steam ahead. Bitcoin can look kind of boring and slow, and for some people that is a feature, but for others, who are slinging dog coins on Robinhood, that can look like a bug. So, it's going to be interesting to see. What Bitcoin looks like. Let's say the 20th anniversary, nice round number there. What the Bitcoin scene is like 20 years from the first publication of the Bitcoin white paper. It's going to be interesting to see. It feels like we're at the very beginning of that mainstreamy moment as everyone hops on this technology. Going to be cool to see if Bitcoin can survive that. Because if necessarily, it's going to look different than what Bitcoin was when it first started. So
I think it'll survive.
It'll survive.
We'll be talking about it from the metaverse.
Yeah.
Can it survive true to its original ethos? We'll see.